What's going on, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management, back here to bring you guys my week 19 results on my 0 to 100k challenge. For those of you who are new around here, that's me trying to go from $0 made to $100,000 made by the end of 2021. And so far it's been a tough journey, but we're doing well. Now, this week was a tough week. I'm going to get into all the details of how it went, what I did well, what I did bad, how the week panned out. We're going to get into a few details about how the week could look going into week 20. I'm also going to show you guys a few stocks which I'm looking at coming into next week. And of course, make sure that before we do all that, you guys drop the thumbs up, you guys comment, you guys share these videos with friends. And of course, if you're new around here, make sure to hit the red button below, above, either side, wherever the button is. Hit the red button and subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this. Now, to begin with, I want to say this 100k challenge is definitely not an easy one. I know some of you guys who are watching this video are on the same 100k challenge. I know people that have given up on it. I know people that have quit, people have stopped. It's not easy. And the fact that I'm still here bringing you guys the results, again, I just want to say, please do show your support. It helps with YouTube algorithm. It does help with helping me make more of these kind of videos. And yeah, if you just feel free to show some support and love, it would help, because doing the 100k challenge is one thing. Uploading videos every single week is another thing. And yeah, to be honest, this week was a tough week. After last week was a green week, the week before that was a green week. I don't think I've seen 3 green weeks in a row this year in 2021. And so unfortunately, this was another red week. Now, I'll just pull it up on screen. It was a pretty tough red week. And if I'm not mistaken, this might have been my worst week yet. But I want to highlight a few things. This year has been a difficult year in the stock market. It's been a really choppy year. And this week in the market itself, I was reminded of 3 different things. First of all, the stock market is going to do what the stock market does. The stock market does not care about your feelings, my feelings. The stock market doesn't care about any of us. The stock market is going to do what it does. Second of all, I was reminded that this 100k challenge is not easy at all. After last week, I had my biggest week ever. I'm pretty sure this was my worst week ever. And third of all, after what we had today, which was a really nice green day, it also reminded me that good times eventually will come. But we're going to discuss that a little bit later. So first of all, let's just kind of discuss how the week panned out. We can pull up my portfolio and let's have a look at how things went, even though they didn't really go that well this week. So yeah, almost a 13k loss this week, well, paper loss, of course, but my portfolio was down about 13k. I exited so many different options, but these are the options I'm still in. AMC, I actually jumped into this today. Don't ask why. We'll get into that a little bit later. We're currently down $105, which is about 13%. It's kind of down after hours as well, so this is not looking so good. Yeah, it expires next week. Probably wasn't the best decision, but I'd actually put in this order way earlier in the day and it actually filled on the way down, so that was a mistake. Should have cancelled it. I also have REKR. Now this is the one I'm putting a lot of faith in. I bought 4 contracts, each at an average cost of 60 cents, and we're currently up 5% on that, so that's decent. Recor is one that's fallen off heavily and it's still got some running to do, hopefully next week. Clove there, CLOV, not really worth talking about. And AMC, another cool option for AMC, which is down 50%, which I also jumped in today. This was supposed to be a short-term play, but I don't even know how quickly AMC just swang, and then yeah, I missed out on getting out of this play. So that was another tough one. And we also have IVR, which is again not worth talking about. But those are the 5 options I'm currently in. Don't worry, I know it looks ugly, but it's going to get better than that, trust me. So a few of the stocks that I'm in today was obviously very, very green. So that was nice to see that lots of stocks had a good day today, even though the week was tough itself. As you can see, a few stocks up 3%, 4%, 5%, a couple percent here and there. NEO had a really nice day. I didn't have any call options on it, but I had my own shares, so that's fine. But just like I said, a lot of different stocks had a good day today. So that's why today I was reminded that these stocks can have good days. These stocks will eventually have good days again, even though they're seeing lots of red. Plug Power has been defeated recently, but it had a strong day today, almost 12% gains. And yeah, in the past week, Plug Power itself has done well, coming back from $19 to being up to almost $25 now. That's a good sign. And I'm going to start taking advantage of that going into next week, going into future weeks. But we just got to wait to make sure there's confirmation of, a green market. Fuel cells, another one that's been beaten up recently. These energy stocks, these renewable energy stocks, these green stocks, some of them have been taking a beating. And ExxonMobil, this is a dividend stock. I have a dividend coming in next month. That's good. But I also have shares which I bought at $55.90 and they're already sitting at over $60 per share. This is a double win because you've got dividends coming in and you also got the portfolio gains. You got the stock that's actually increased in price. So that's really nice to see. I think I might try and look at some more dividend stocks which are a little bit cheap right now, which has maybe sold off recently, because if I can get dividend gains like that and also get portfolio gains like that, that's definitely helpful. When you have dividend stocks which rise in price, like I had with AT&T and XOM, and they're also paying you dividends, you can't really ask for much more than that. That's the kind of stocks I should be looking at probably in the near future. Of course, we still love our growth stocks. Of course, we still love our value stocks. But this is also why last week in my 100K challenge video, I said that looking into next week, I'm looking at some more dividend stocks, which is what I'm probably going to continue doing going forward as well. I'm telling you guys, those dividend paying stocks work magic for you. Eventually they can cover your bills. And yeah, we can discuss dividends in a whole other video, but I'm just saying that they're also part of the 100K challenge because they're bringing me money in a couple different ways. So make sure you do not sleep on those dividend stocks. So a kind of brief recap of the week. I'll be honest with you guys. After last week, the Saturday Night Live anticipation failure, I'd say, and anticlimax, going into week 19, I was not confident. You know, starting the week in the wrong way, that was not what we wanted to see. Sunday, going into Monday, I was like, this week could be interesting in the stock market. I'm not feeling so confident, but we're going to see what we do. Obviously, the way the week panned out was kind of how I expected it to be. Not a great week overall. I guess it could have been worse, but it just felt like all different plays I was going in were not really paying off. You know, REKR was the last call out I did this week. That one started to pay off during the end of the day. But yeah, many different call outs didn't go my way. Many stocks that I watched, even talked about on the live stream, I didn't take action on. They went the right way, and obviously I was not a part of that, so it doesn't matter. Bear in mind, I was also out a couple of days this week, and I don't usually do that. So that also had this effect on my portfolio. And I'm not saying that as an excuse, but I'm saying that to highlight something. This is why you need to understand how to manage your risk and also maybe how to trade without always having to be there. Because I learned that the hard way this week. You know, the 2 days that I was out were both 2 days where the stock market was a bit choppy and my portfolio didn't really react in the right way. There are ways to prevent that. And maybe I need to do that a lot more going forward, so I don't always have to be actively watching the markets. So again, yeah, this week was a difficult one because I was out for a couple of days of the week. Also because it was a choppy week generally. It was a choppy week for cryptocurrencies. It was a choppy week for growth stocks. It was a choppy week for value stocks. Some of the stocks I told you about last week, such as ARK Innovation, ticker symbol ARKK, this one got below $100 and I probably should have swept in and bought it, but I'm still just being a little bit cautious. One thing I did do today was add $1,000 to the portfolio. That was actually the money that I spent on REKR and AMC. Funny enough, well, that hasn't gone well so far, but we're going to see how it pans out next week. I may add a couple more thousand in there next week because you've got to start feeding the portfolio, especially in times like this, taking advantage of what is there. And yeah, this week, just to sum it up, was a tough week. It was a brutal week. It was a difficult week. But I know I'm going to bounce back, and that's what we're going to talk about next. So today was the only green day that I can remember this week. I think there was another green day in my portfolio, but today was the one that I remember well, and it was because a lot of stocks rallied, which reminded me of something. Eventually, we're going to bounce back, all of us with all these stocks. Eventually, the market is going to bounce back. Eventually, the market is going to be green again. The economy is going to be booming. People are going to be traveling. The economic growth is going to be there, and we're going to see all of this reflected in the stock market. But for now, we're going to experience these choppy times. We're going to experience every other day with people talking about, is a market crash coming? You wondering, is the market correction over? This is going to be happening constantly. So as this continues, we just got to sit tight. But like I said, there's a time when the stocks are going to start rallying again. There's a bull run which is going to arrive, and we're going to take advantage of it. We're going to love it. Last year, we had difficult times in the market earlier in the year. Maybe not all the way up until May, but yeah, the first couple months of the year, especially March, oh yeah, it got tough in the market. Now's a tough time in the market. Again, your growth stocks are getting destroyed and some of your value stocks are getting smacked, but we're still here, we're still standing strong. This is a difficult time in the market, so if you're a new investor, stay strong. I'm going to tell you again, we are going to see these stocks rally eventually. We saw it rally today. It shows us what's possible. It reminded us what is possible with these stocks. So I'm okay that this week was a tough week. I'm okay that this week I took a heavy loss. It just means there's more potential for the future. That's what it means now. So we're going to take advantage of that going into next week. So a few different stocks I'm looking at going into week 20. To start off with, Tencent, ticker symbol TME. This saw drops to around the $14 mark. I was looking at this stock when it was at $19 and I was interested. Now it's at $15 mark. I should definitely be interested. So Tencent, I'm going to be looking at that. Coinbase, this was once over $300 And you guys were all interested in it. You guys were all talking about it. But now that it's sitting between 250 and 260, I'm hearing less and less of it. Quite frankly, it's a buy. Between 250 and 260, it is a buy. It's sold off a little bit again today, but it's going to be a time when Coinbase starts to rally. Coinbase starts to move upwards. So if we can get in now, if I can get in next week, maybe when I add that money to portfolio, I'm going to get in on Coinbase because it's sitting at a buy zone. It's sitting at a buy level. Another couple, Mara and Riot. They sold off heavily this week. Crypto's absolutely destroyed Mara and Riot this week, but it only means more potential for the future. They're both, in the 20s right now, I believe. These are buying opportunities. You cannot tell me that Mara and Riot in the 20s are not buying opportunities. In fact, I think both of them rallied to a highs of 20% gain today, and that reminded us what they're capable of. So these are blockchain stocks and they work off of what cryptocurrencies do. Cryptocurrencies are going to come back. I know it's a really weird cycle right now, and we're going to go through more weird cycles like this, but Mara and Riot eventually are going to go back to levels where they were at previously. So that means they're probably going to double. I don't know if within the next 6 months, possibly, I'm not sure when. But if you buy them right now, you're buying them at a cheap price. That's what you're doing. Now, there's no guarantee that the next week they just rise again, but they're more than likely to be up again whenever cryptos are up again properly. So keep your eyes on those as well. And lastly, Disney stock, ticker symbol DIS. This sold off heavily this week. I believe they announced earnings, which didn't really help, of course, caused a sell-off. But people are going to be traveling to Disney again. People still do travel to Disney. People are going to be watching Disney Plus again. People still do watch Disney Plus. Disney is going to bounce back. Sitting at the $170 range is a buy. If you like your call options, you can get leaps. You can even get shorter term call options. It's up to you. But those are 5 stocks there that I'm looking at going to next week. Now, as you guys know, there's always more stocks I'm looking at, and I'm going to upload a watch list in the Discord. So if you're not part of the Discord yet, please do go and check that out. Going into next week, I'm going to be cautious with my trades, maybe not try and chase anything, and also maybe get a better feeling for myself before I go into the week, because it's also a mental game when it comes to options trading, when it comes to investing in the stock market. It is definitely a mental game as well. The AMC trades today, well, one of them was not meant to happen eventually, and one of them I just got in because I thought, okay, I've not got in yet and I placed my order, I'm going to get into now. That option is down 50%. That's a big lesson in there for you guys to learn. So that was something I probably could have done better this week. What I did good this week, I don't really know, to be honest. I don't really see what I did very well this week. But yeah, there was a lot of L's taken this week, and as long as I learn from those mistakes, I'll be okay going forward. One thing I do want to highlight, tech has been beaten up recently. In the live stream I did yesterday, I showed a graphic showing the different sectors. I might be able to pull this up on screen as well. Tech has been getting destroyed recently, and so make sure you also keep an eye on tech. Eventually tech will recover, I guarantee you guys that. Tesla is another stock sitting below the $600 mark. It was as low as $570. These are buying opportunities. Let's not be worried, let's not be scared. Obviously we don't want to get in too early, which is what I've been doing recently, but if you're looking for buy and holds, if you're looking for opportunities, you're trying to buy Tesla at 900, then you should be looking at Tesla at 578. If you're trying to buy Fubo TV at 50, you should be looking at Fubo TV in the early 20s. Remember that with everything you do. All those stocks you wanted to buy at $40, $50, $60, when they're at $20, $30, you should be wanting to buy them as well. That is a logic that a lot of people don't understand. That is a logic which goes past my head, because I see people wanting to buy certain stocks at $800, $900, but not at $600 or $700. So I'm still trying to understand that. But if you're one of those people, take note of what I just said. Use that to your advantage so you can buy stocks on discount, which you can hold long term. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's recap, today's breakdown. Again, it was a difficult week for me, partly because the market was choppy, partly because going into the week I didn't feel confident, partly because cryptocurrencies were down as well, also because I missed a couple of days trading this week. All these different factors contributed to a poor week, and we're going to try and fix that going forward. That's what it is on this journey. It's learning and fixing those mistakes and advancing and adapting, all of that good stuff. And make sure you guys check out all the different links in the description. We have a Discord where you can come and talk with us, come and chat about stocks, investing, cryptocurrencies, all of that. If you are a cryptocurrency investor, then you still got time to make some money this weekend, which is what we like. But if you're not a cryptocurrency investor, you're probably sitting at the sideline again, watching us while we have fun. If you guys need some links to get involved in cryptocurrency, I'll drop some in the description as well. We've got Qcoin there, we've got Coinbase there, so check those out. Also, please check out the stock option starter pack. A lot of you guys have tapped in recently. A lot of you guys are looking to tap in. Don't hesitate anymore. Check the link out, read about it, read about my journey, and of course, kickstart your journey with stock options. And lastly but not least, make sure you guys have a great weekend. Whether you need to chill, relax, rest up, do more stock research, whatever you need to do what you need to do so you can prepare yourself going into next week in the market. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I'll see you guys next time for another video. I got into making, you got into making. See you guys next time for another video. Peace.
Game over.